Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. For those who are not familiar with Dubai's journey and my journey, perhaps intertwined with Dubai's journey and growth, I want to give you a little bit of a backdrop, some context to how Dubai has grown. To a lot of people who come to Dubai, perhaps the last 10, 20 years, you hear this said that Dubai was built over the last 20 years. Or you hear this said by people, oh, like the Dubai boom's last 10 years, everything's changed the last 20 years. It's not true. Dubai, or the United Arab Emirates, which was formed in 1971, with 6 Emirates coming together, Ras Al Khaimah joining them a little bit later, I think 1 year later. And even much before that, Dubai has been a trading hub, a place of business, a place that had good leadership, always visionary leadership, pushing things forward for themselves, the citizens, the world, right? For pushing things forward in a good way, right? If you're looking to purchase a property in Dubai, I do help on a case-to-case basis. If you're a good fit to working with us, there's a link below. You can click it, fill up a form. We can see if you're a good fit. We can talk to each other, and then we can work together. And me and my team of advisors can help you find a property in the Dubai market. Remember to hit the like, subscribe, and bell icon. And if you're somebody who was born and raised in Dubai or who's been in Dubai for the last 40, 50, 60 years, I'd like to hear from you as well in the comment section. It's good to hear from other people who were born and raised here. So I was born here in the 80s, the early 80s. Okay. My father was here in the 70s. My grandfather was here in the 60s. I'm pretty much 4 generations in the United Arab Emirates or Dubai. And I want to tell you something about Dubai. Even back then in the 80s, it was an amazingly safe, quiet city. Okay. It was still quieter. But even then, back in the 80s, you would find a lot of people from across the globe want to come to Dubai for the shopping, for the food, for the good family times. Okay. And the visionary leadership, even at that time, Subhanallah, may Allah bless them, and preserve them, were leading the city, and the United Arab Emirates under His Highness Sheikh Zayed, Allah yarhamu, may Allah have mercy upon him, bestow mercy upon him. They were leading the city and the country in a very positive path. Like Dubai and the United Arab Emirates, in this as a region, alhamdulillah, subhanallah, has gone through a lot. But, we had the first Gulf War in the 80s. Then we had another invasion by Iraq of Kuwait in the 90s. Then the USSR breaking up into many countries. Like I'm not going to say Dubai benefited from all these things that were happening, but Dubai and the visionary leadership safeguarded and guided it throughout this process towards a positive path of growth. So even in the 80s, it was a place that you would still find tourists would visit. It was a smaller city. I think you could do end-to-end almost everything in about 2, maximum 3 hours. But all that said and done, because it was a quieter city, I ended up moving to Canada in 2000. And I stayed in Canada till 2007, right? The next boom, so the 80s was booming. The city was getting built. The 90s was still booming because all these countries that were formerly part of the USSR, when they separated or when they were, glasnost and all that, when they were coming onto their own, a lot of their economies needed goods from anywhere, right? And Dubai was this perfect place for the import and re-export of goods from all over the world. Just great port, great travel systems, great everything. So all throughout the 90s, Dubai boomed because of that. Like Dubai's boom did not technically, essentially speaking, of the 90s stop until we had like the Russian ruble crisis or something. And then 9/11 happened. Like 9/11 happens, and then all of a sudden, again, we see, okay, there's turmoil in the rest of the world, but we see Dubai booming again because a lot of people from even the Western countries, my earlier partner in real estate in 2007, was an American citizen of Pakistani ancestry, right? So a lot of people from the US, Canada, from the UK started moving to Dubai, and Dubai boomed again. Of course, the freehold law was passed in 2002, 2003, and that started another visionary boom where freehold law basically essentially said that you can own a property anywhere in Dubai, no, sorry, in the freehold areas, regardless of what nationality or what country you're a citizen of. And there's this famous saying, I remember, I think it's Sultan bin Sulaim, who was ex leading Nakhil, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. He said, and this is a public interview, he said that they went to His Highness Sheikh Rashid and they gave him a proposal. Like Dubai had like maybe 20, 30, 40 kilometers of beachfront area. And they give His Highness a proposal that we would wish or we would want to build properties around across this area. Like, I believe in Spain, you've got this and so on and so forth. Subhanallah, may Allah bless him. And His Highness's reply was, why 20 kilometers? Why not 200 kilometers? If you really think about it, a lot of people look at Dubai and they say, okay, what have you achieved? What they've achieved is amazing. Like, think about it. Nobody's built a Palm Jumeirah island size of development anywhere in the world. Like, Dubai was the pioneer. But even if you say, no, so-and-so place has reclaimed land, just to let me be clear to you, even in the earlier days, in the 70s and 80s, Dubai had already reclaimed land and built on it in another part of Dubai where the Hayat Regency is, okay? I think that part is called Dera or part of Dubai. I think it's Dera, right? That's an older story. Like, my father tells me about it because my father worked with Dubai municipality for 8 years. So he knows the history of how Dubai was built. So to cut a long story short, His Highness says, why not 200 kilometers? And then they, conceive the Palm Jumeirah. And what a roaring success Palm Jumeirah has been. Like, right from the absolute start. Yes, it's been a lot of marketing. It's been a lot of people coming here, investing, selling, buying, making money, so on and so forth. But Palm Jumeirah is nothing but an absolute roaring success. It's a beachfront property in an amazing city in the world, amazingly safe city in the world, okay? Easy access to all the airports, to the airport to be able to fly anywhere. It's not very far, the airport, right? And Palm Jumeirah has been a roaring success, right? And so that boom continued. I remember in 2007, ooh la la, the boom in Dubai, oof, it was at its absolute peak. Like, I can't begin to tell you, like, if you had Gulf News or any of the top newspapers coming into your home at that time, whatever the newspaper it was, generally speaking, it had a property sales section, and the property sales section was this thick. Like, it was really, really, really thick. And all these launches that was happening and so on and so forth. And in fact, launch events were happening like almost on a daily basis. You would get invited to free food. You would get invited to a launch event. And, I was in real estate. So obviously, I was part of the industry, part of it. We made some investments ourselves as well. And then we had the elusive, the infamous global financial crisis. Like 2008 September is when it finally reached Dubai. And I remember that we were all waiting to see how Dubai would respond. And I remember, like, some months later, His Highness, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, I remember this was reported by the newspapers, like, he came out for a open discussion. He was fielding questions from people. And I don't know, maybe I was just a little bit younger at that time, but a lot of people thought that Dubai was done. But, His Highness came out and he had, I think, a big gathering of all the government leaders. And he looked at them and he said, look, what do you guys think your roles of leadership mean? It's in times of crisis that you stand up and you deliver. And Dubai continued down its path. Subhanallah. Like, mashallah. Right? May Allah bless this city. May Allah bless this country. I still remember, like, 2009, 9 September 2009, this metro station that now carries millions of people, it came online, like 10 functioning stations. Okay, 10 functioning stations. And I remember meeting somebody very prominent in the transport authority through one of my mentors. And, he had a very clear saying to him. Like, he said, nowhere in the world where metro where a metro complex or a metro starts for the first time, do all the stations come online at the same time? Because you bring them on gradually as the requirements and as the operations start operating well. That makes sense. So 9th September 2009, Dubai Metro goes live with 10 stations. I don't know why it wasn't 9 stations. It could have been 9 stations, but it was 10 stations. Alhamdulillah. 4th January 2010, Burj Khalifa gets launched. It's done. It's finished. It's glittering. It's shining. Allahu Akbar. MashaAllah. Right? I think by 2009, the market in Dubai had started recovering. And again, the visionary leadership was pushing along on all the projects that they had for the city and the country, right? And by 2012, we were again in a full-blown boom. Like, you could easily look at rental prices really like boosting up, going up, right? Sales prices were going to be going up pretty soon, and they started. Until I remember November 27, 2013, they announced that Expo was coming into Dubai. That caused another further boom. And, it led me all the way up to 2016 when I wrote my first book, The Intelligent Real Estate Investor. And I'd love for you to check out the book. It's on Amazon. You can check out more podcasts on Spotify. And obviously on YouTube, we've got a library of videos that you can watch to benefit yourself, okay? And I remember 2015 or 16, they launched Nishama, okay? This Nishama was launched as a place. It was a little bit further out of Dubai. It wasn't in the main center at that time. And the houses were slightly priced more competitively, okay? So you could actually buy townhomes for $1 million dirhams. These townhomes today are about 2.2, 2.4, 2.5. Okay? They've not doubled, they've more than doubled, right? And then 15, 16, 17, almost 18, we had like this correction going on. Prices wouldn't crash. They didn't crash, but the rentals were correcting and some sales prices were soft. Okay. And I think by the time in 19, we were expecting things were going to pick up. Like, I clearly remember making videos in 2019 that 2020 is when things start picking up, inshallah, because we were expecting the expo, bringing a lot of people and something really... So I was right and I was wrong. I was half right, half wrong. So something very unique happened, which you already obviously know, the weird pandemic around the globe. And again, we were steered like by the visionary leadership to steer Dubai and the UAE through this weird pandemic and the situation that was happening globally, right? But here's the funny thing. The Dubai market doesn't just show signs of growth. It gets onto a strong growth trajectory post-August 2020. Like, whoa, boom, like it starts. One of the things that I want you to understand is that the visionary leadership now is not even focusing on just today. Like, they've got a vision to go to Mars in 2117. That's how they're pushing their city and the country. So if you want to be a part of the story of Dubai, it's never too late. If you want to move here, start working here. If you want to buy a property here, reach out to us. I was born here. I've seen the growth and how it started, and I've seen the hiccups or the obstacles that come, like problems and challenges come, but how Dubai faces them and how Dubai and the United Arab Emirates overcomes them have been exemplary, right? From the 2008 global financial crisis to the weird pandemic, so on and so forth. So if you want to be a part of the story of Dubai, never too late. There's a link below. Hit it, click it, let's talk. Remember, if you're a good fit for us and we're both a good fit, we can work together to help you buy a property. Remember to hit the like, subscribe, and bell icon. Ciao for now.